Boxing King Media in association with Box Raw. I can confirm it's 5:30 in the morning. Just witnessed an unbelievable performance from Terence Crawford, stopping Errol Spence Jr. for the first time in his career. Dave, your immediate reaction?
Wow. Just, do you know what? I've been so excited for this fight for so long. I mean, we always wanted to see the fight, but when this fight got made, and then the build up to it, watching it all and everything, been so excited. And I just knew that this fight couldn't fail to deliver. But I never expect. I leant towards Crawford, but I thought it was going to be a hard fight, and I just thought his extra dimensions, his IQ would win him the fight. But I didn't expect that. That was just a pure masterclass, and to do it at that level in an elite fight, an elite moment, it's just, it's your opportunity to become two-time, two-weight, undisputed champion of the world, and to go out there and just be as calm and relaxed and as cold as that. He was cold, and that was just brilliant. And as a boxing fan and somebody who really loves the sport and loves, watching the skills of boxing blended in with power and the drama, that for me was perfect, a perfect performance. I thought it was unbelievable.
It looks like the key was that jab, that Terence Crawford
Yeah,
jab. Errol Spence in the interview said that he was throwing that jab. It was a hard jab when it was coming at him. So it was something that obviously they worked on. But why couldn't Errol adapt to that?
because it's so with Spence, you've always known what you see is what you get, and it's pretty much the same Errol Spence in every fight. He comes in behind his own hard jab, gets into range, lets off those body shots, and rips you to bits. But when you've got somebody in there like Terence Crawford who can change things up, I've always said he's got different dimensions. But we always talk about Crawford. He's a slow starter, and he's just watching. He's watching people's reactions to what he does, and he doesn't actually get to work with his jab that quick and that regular. Tonight he did. Right, I'm watching. I don't mean to dig him out, but it's a big super fight. You're watching high level boxing like that, and you've got commentators that don't understand what he's doing straight from round one. And round one, they was making out as though he wasn't doing it. He's not got off. He's not got started yet. He was shooting the jab. He was getting the timing on his own jab, and his defensive awareness was taking away Spencer's jab straight away. It it might not have been a crash bang wallop throwing power punches in the first round, but he was setting the plan, and he was setting everything for what was to come. And then he got to work in round two. But it was all off the readings it was getting in round one. When you've got a jab like that, there's a saying in boxing, the jab can take you, take you around the world. It's the most important punch in your arsenal. But not enough people believe in it. Everybody wants to go with the big power shots. And even when he had him rocking and rolling, he had him in trouble, he kept to his principle with the jab, his hand positioning, his defensive responsibilities were fantastic, which allowed him to stand in the pocket, stand up close, where we all thought if Spence gets on the inside, that's where he has the advantage. But he nullified that completely right from the get-go. It was just an unbelievable performance, like I say, and it was an exciting performance as well. I'm really pleased for him because I feel as though Terence Crawford is one of those fighters that's never had the credit that he deserves, his achievements deserve. So when they have a fight like this, you always think, oh, if you're a fan of him, you want him to have that success because you feel as though if he loses this, then people just write off all his other wins. But he's got the win. But not only has he got the win, he's got it in such a fashion which is like, it stacks him right up there. And the fan base that weren't particular fans before now will jump on board, which is fantastic.
Dave, again, not taking anything away from Terence Crawford's performance tonight, but how much of the lack of activity for Errol Spence was a factor? And also, I've seen some tweets from certain fighters who said he's way past welterweight a few years ago. He looked drained. He didn't look great. His face was busted up quite badly as well. Do you think had
His
it
face
been
was busted up because of the jab. his face. Listen, let's not forget Crawford can punch anywhere, but the timing and the snap on the jab as well with the heavy jabs bust his face up. They were like right hands that were landing, so his face is going to get busted up. Yes, you can point to inactivity. Obviously, it's not no fighter wants to be inactive, but I believe he was inactive, and then he came back and had a couple. You know, look at the job that you can't say when he were going into this fight. We're talking about what he did with Ugas. What I watched the Ugas fight this morning, and he was sensational in that fight. Sensational in that fight, and yes, he's had a bit of time off, but Crawford's not had the most active of careers. I know he's a bit more active than Spence, but he's not had the most active of careers. Really, he's had periods where he's had bouts of layoffs or what. Not even layoffs, but at levels, at higher levels. But I don't know. I'm waffling. It's 5:30. But no, I don't think that was I think that does take away from what Crawford was doing. I think right from the start, the jab. Once you take away Errol Spencer's jab, everything comes off of Spencer's jab and bullying and pushing your back. Crawford held the centre of the ring and was just moving around. He wasn't getting bullied at all right from round one. Once he took that away and he got a reading on it and he got his own timing off his own jab, that was it.
I mean, Errol said at the end there that he will activate the rematch clause, and he goes hopefully at 154. Bud has to do the rematch if Errol obviously initiates that, but can it change? Can the result change in the rematch?
That's the selling point, isn't it? If they do it at 154, that's the selling point, because people will say, like you just said there, "Oh, was it a weight? Was it this? Was it that?" That could well be, it could well be a big factor. He will be stronger. He will feel better. But technically, that it's the same as when you sometimes you have a smaller man going up to the weight divisions, but if they're IQ and they know how to use their attributes and take away your attributes, then the weight up to a certain point, the weight's not going to matter. Half a stone here and there, whatever. It's not going to matter. It's the levels in boxing IQ. What we watched tonight was elite, top level boxing IQ, and everybody likes to talk about boxing IQ, and people always talk about this, download information and this little, line that everyone likes to say these days, But there are certain fighters that just they do it. They can get a read on absolutely everything what you're doing. There was a one round where they were saying, "Oh, he's took a round off, or is he having a breather?" No, he changed his look. He changed his pattern a little bit, and then you got Spence confused, just moving around, feeling the pressure, and that was just mentally draining him from having the physical side of things. Where I think he got dropped twice in that round, and then the next round, they're saying, "Oh, is he having a round off or whatever? Oh, he's done really well this round." Well, Crawford he changed his look, changed a little feints, changed his hand position a little bit, little step, little foot movements that were different. It was just frying his brain. And this is what I'm saying about boxing IQ and patience. It was brilliant. Brilliant. It's for a fight of that level, that magnitude going in, and then to pull off that performance, for me, that's one of the best performances I've seen from a fighter. My little boy got up to watch it. That he's not really, he's not really boxing on, but he's seen me watching the build-ups and the all accesses and stuff like that, and it hooked him. This is the thing about these behind the scenes stuff. He watches my fighters. He doesn't really watch boxing that much. Tried to keep him away from it, but if you make the build-ups right, and it doesn't have to be your you've seen this build-up. It doesn't have to be trash talking. It doesn't have to be big drama bullshit, throwing things about and everything like that. Just good insights into the fighters and good programming coming up to it. That can attract the casuals. He's a casual. He's 12 years old, and it was like we was at this party early on, family party. And he was like, I want to get up," and I was like, yeah. I want to get up and watch it. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. The only other fight he's ever got up for was Conor McGregor against Mayweather a few years back. That was the only other fight he's ever got up for. And he's got up because he saw the programming, the all access programs and stuff that I was watching on YouTube and things like that. And he's got up and watched it and he's loved it. And he's like he really loved it. Wide-eyed, not one of these where a kid gets up and he's half asleep. He's wide awake, shouting at TV and all sorts. Do you know what I mean? So for me personally, I'm buzzing because that's my first real super fight that I've watched with my son at middle of the night. Do you know what I mean? That's pretty cool. But what I'm saying is This was a good old-fashioned build-up. Two great fighters going up against each other, and then the program and the build-up was good because it was showing what they're like. It made it dramatic and everything, letting fans know what it's like. And that's what you need for fights like this to attract, people that aren't just hardcore boxing fans.
Dave, I appreciate your time. Like I said, it is we haven't really slept yet. So yeah, get some
I'm a
rest.
struggle to get back to sleep now. I'm absolutely like hyped up from that.
Yeah, appreciate your time as always. And yeah, we'll catch up with you very soon. Thank you for speaking to Boxing King Media.
Cheers, mate. Nice one. See you later.